Hey y'all, Bill here. I just want to thank everyone for watching my videos. I mean, I do really appreciate it, really. But I think this video is going to be a little different because I think I'm going to think how you say it, play devil's advocate for a second. That's okay. All right, so let's say on one hand we have Cern and the collider. And on the other hand, we have D-Wave computer. Okay, let's just say for a second that both these machines and everything we think we know about them is complete crap. I mean, utter and complete crap. My friend at work, Tech, we've been talking about Mandela effect and D-Wave computer and CERN for a couple weeks now. And we bounce theories off each other and have these ideas, trying to convince each other that these ideas are correct. We don't really. It's more like a debate, talking, not really arguing at all. But we pretty much do give each other a headache. But we really can't help that. Because he's about the only person I have to really talk about all this stuff, except for all of you now. So that's cool. So I have all y'all to talk to now, too. Let's see. How should I put this? We know the collider, as big as it is, really huge. Saw enough of it. Couldn't believe how big it was. And I saw one video where it actually has 4 sections to where they have the particles can go and crash into each other. 4 different areas. And from what I've read and seen, they have exactly zip. They can't find crap. And they do this whole colliding thing a bunch of times a day, but still are not finding crap. So hypothetically, when they're busting these particles, jack and shit is happening. So let's say CERN is not the cause of this, hypothetically. So let's say CERN is not responsible for anything that's been happening. Okay? Just for a second. Alright? A second, that's all. So they are not responsible. Okay. That's really hard to swallow. I know. I'm having a hard time. Okay. All right. For a second. All right. So now let's look at the D-Wave computer. Okay. So from what I've read, it processes information really fast. Fastest computer ever. Pretty soon it could be the first AI. I don't really want to find out when that's going to happen, but it could happen. So if it processes all the information that they give it, right? Does it only know what they give it? Can it take information and from other information, data, and this data and put it together by itself? Or does it be told? I have to look that up. That's a good question. Okay. And if it only has that part of the information, what's it going to do with it? It's just going to keep looking at it and keep running it through its mind and come up with the same answers, or come up with different answers. So, I know about the chip, and I read some stories, I don't know if it's true or not, that this chip can talk to or try and get into other realities. I don't know. It's a story I read. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know how long ago I read it. it can bust in 15 other realities or something like that. I don't know if it's true. If it's true, oh my goodness. But if it's all it does is a big processor, and all it's done is processing information given to them, then it really has nothing to do with what's going on either. Because it can't make its own information, yet that's going to suck when that happens. So, all it knows is what it's feeding, what the scientists are feeding it. And it can process a lot more than normally. So, an example I gave Tech is we can process one problem at a time. But if you threw a math book into it, it can process everything in the math book and spit out all the answers within minutes, probably, for the whole book. So, technically, all we have is a really expensive paperweight for both of them. Because I heard or read that Cern is more stalled because they can't find no new particles, even how many times they smash that crap together. Okie dokie. So, we have these two objects that have no responsibility for what happened. I almost choked for a second. Okay. So, what does that leave us with that could cause this, whatever the effect? I'm just going to call it the effect because effect. How could the effect affect all of us? I don't. I really hate calling it the Mandela effect because even though, yes, he died in the 90s, 1990, and he happened to live instead and died in 2013, I believe. But I don't think he was like how you drop a rock into a pond and the ripple. I don't think he was the middle aim area because unless all the ripples went through time or went. See, when I think of ripples, they're circles and they go out, right? So it would have to affect the future and the past at the same time. But we haven't gotten there, or we haven't found stuff in the future yet. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, the main question here is actually the only freaking question that everybody's freaking answering is what caused the effect. I don't know. I I can't even make up an answer even by thinking of. I mean, the closest thing I can figure out is the higher power figured. Let's agree with a bunch of people. Okay, let's just. He's up there going, yeah, I'm just gonna screw with these people right here. Yeah. Okay, below that answer, a fluke of some type. But if you say fluke, you could also say, well, CERN collided two particles together and a fluke happened, and they can't explain it any more than we can, and they keep trying to reproduce this fluke. And if the chip is right in the D-Wave computer, it could have been a fluke. But how it processes information. Everything I read, all this is it processes information really fast, but still a lot of information. Now, one theory I have, it's not really a theory, a thought that I have with a D-Wave computer is okay, hypothetically, let's say the chip can go into some other dimensional reality like ours, right? And so the computer on that side can do the same thing. It can send information and receive information somehow. But wouldn't the same information be sent by both computers? Except they'd be slightly off, number wise, if you're talking data. So they would be able to tell a message coming through because the data, the zeros and the ones, would be a little different. Just a thought. But I'll give you the example of what I gave Tech. Let's say 5 different realities, okay? Each have a wave computer. They all send at the same time. Would 4 machines get the data and 1 miss? Or would 2 get change information and the rest would miss? How do they really direct it? Let's call it a beam, all right? How would they direct a beam to collect information? Would they all miss? Would 1 receive 4 of the wave data that was sent? There's so many things you could think about how the wave computer works. The wave computer. Dimensional. It's just there's too many things you have to think about. And if all 4 sent them and 1 got them, even though the 4 would be slightly different, they would actually know they got 4. But how would the computer would process the information they got? But how would it get it back? How does it send it? That's what we don't know. And they're not going to tell us they would be able to do that if they could, Like this information, like normal computers, it can send information and get information back, but does it really process anything? Even though it has a processor, but I don't know if it works the same thing as a laptop or a computer or anything. But it's what we know and what we guess and what they are not telling us. So it could send information out and we would receive information. And what data would they send? Like he said, what if they sent like information about the reality? And we get it and the computer processes it and say, hey, this is different than what I sent. And they look at it and they compare what's happening in their reality to the information they got. Oh, this is different. This is the whole history and stuff is all different. It would be so messed up if we could do that. But right now, from what I've seen and read, it's basically a big processor, and that's what they're going to tell us. They're not going to tell us anything else, because they don't want us to know. Really do not want us to know. So it's either a really good processor, or it actually can transfer information back and forth. But we're just stopping at 5 realities. Think about 10 or 15 realities. All of them passing information back and forth. Just the thought of that is just kind of scary. Because how different, maybe they're slightly different. Maybe things are slightly same on 1 through 6, and the rest of them are different, really different. But different president, maybe on 3 or 4 of them? I don't know. I wouldn't say military secrets, but maybe they said something about the military, economy, state of living, of course, probably. Man. Okay, so now we have the collider. How would you do that? Let's say particles slam together. Like I said, a fluke changed everything. Okay, I should say changed it. Made it so something happened. Maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to my consciousness thing. It made our conscious jump to another timeline, or our memories jump from another timeline somehow. I don't know. Maybe two particles hit, opened a door, blew the crap out of our reality, and in that 1 second, like I said before, all the information flew on the timeline, and it connected with the person it belonged to. Still random. How were these people picked that it matched up with? Why not everybody? I don't know. So, if there's four spots on the collider they can collide particles with, and each one popped, and let's say only two actually opened a small dot in another universal reality, whatever you want to call it. Boom, destroyed. The third one, boom, destroyed that one. But the information got through the pinhole if somehow. Maybe it's called a blast. Maybe the blast from like the backdrop I was talking about. Busted through it, and then how does the memory or the consciousness know where to go? I mean, is this that 1 second it appears, it takes over cells in our mind or something? I mean, there's no way to explain that whole section there. There's no way to say, well, it went through the pinhole and it knew where to go, or it just appeared there. The energy knew where to go. Energy had nowhere else to go, so it took the precise spot it was in. Since we were all connected, each person's connected themselves to each reality, so it basically followed the line. It followed the energy from one person to the next. That could be it. I have no idea. I wish I knew something. Because it really bugs the hell out of me. How, being in this timeline, what am I, 45 now? And let's say, well, let's just put a 40 years of memory. I can remember everything. It's just the stupid stuff that change. Movies, books, songs, okay? The three stupid things that changed. How are my memory completely lost everything, you know? And was replaced from myself on another timeline. I know, I'm repeating myself. Okay. I'm sorry. But still. Wiping out 40 years of memory. Yeah. So the collider and the D-Wave computer. On one hand, we have a paperweight. A really expensive paperweight. And on this side, we have the what ifs, the maybes, and damn, that theory sounds good. I don't know. Offhand, I'm sticking with the collider blew the crap into another universe by the particles. They are particles. This is collide particles study. Two particles hitting each other, blowing the crap out of each other, and opening up a hairline fracture into another universe, a reality, blowing the crap out of that area. And to me, if we're connected to ourselves on each reality, had nowhere to go, so it went to the closest timeline and replaced itself there, and just put itself there, and deleted whatever was there before. Yeah. Once I figure out that one, I'd be really happy. And then we have maybe the same way with the D-Wave thing. The chips is supposed to be processing it, but can also send and receive messages broken into another reality. Hairline fracture goes through, boom, blows the crap out of the universe, and the consciousness of the memory follow the trail of the sent messages, and it says we had nowhere else to go. We're gonna jump the nearest timeline to that person because it knows what belongs there. It's like it's always since we're connected. Either way, I don't know. It's just if we can find a way how to explain using the right words with the collider and the D-Wave machine computer, if they made a hairline fracture and then our consciousness, how would it know? It would know that to exist, it has to jump to another space. See, I can never find the right words. I cannot use the right words. So I'm looking at you guys to help me find the right words. The how, hypothetically, I know. Okay? Hairline fracture, it jumped in there. It automatically placed itself where it's supposed to be at. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay. I think I'm going to stop there. That's just my theory. I had more I wanted to put in, but I like shorter videos. People will watch shorter ones than they would long ones, I guess. I don't know. So hopefully it isn't too long, and thanks a lot. Really appreciate it still. I really do. And hope you all have a good day and week. And just by chance, if anybody jumps, take in strides and be really careful. And if any of this video made sense to you, appreciate it. Thanks. If not, I'm sorry. Because all I can do is give you what ifs and buts and what I think, you know? So, other than that, it's all good, and I think that about covers everything. My next two videos, when I make them, I think I have two topics set up already. One of them, I don't think people are going to agree with at all, but it's just going to be out there. Well, worse than these, but out there still. And one after that, whichever one to do first. Okay. All right. Y'all have a good time and take care of yourselves. And I'm serious about this. Be really careful. Because you wake up and you'll have no idea. Keep a journal of stuff that happens to you. Keep track of things that happen to you. Any memories? Write them down if you have to. Because I'm sticking by my memories, even though I have to listen to the memories of things that happen in this timeline. I'm still keeping my memories close to me. You should all do the same. Alright. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.